Welcome back. Let's talk about where we go get our food every week. And for the most of us, unless you are a farmer, you get food from the supermarket. As we look at the design of the supermarket, some very interesting things come to my mind. They generally walk you through the supermarket, and the ones that I've gone through, except for maybe the local Whole Foods here, maybe just because of the orientation and where I live, you walk into the store and you generally go to the right, and the checkout's usually in front of you, right? And when you go to the right, what's usually there in front of you is all the healthy stuff, right? It's usually the salads, all the fruits, all the vegetables, generally the giant produce section. Then it swings around the store. And as you probably notice, around the perimeter of the store is where all the refrigeration stuff is. Not to say that in the center there are some aisles that are set up that have like frozen things and frozen dinners and ice cream and stuff like that. But as I look at the supermarket as a whole, it's funny, psychologically, it's kind of like this little trick that they play. You walk in and you get your lettuce and you get your tomatoes and your fruits and vegetables and you put them in your cart. And as you're kind of careening through the store, you might go to the seafood section or the meat section or the poultry section or wherever you're going to go. And then towards the end is when you're going to come back around and maybe go by the drug section where they need something from the drugstore there. But all in the middle is all the stuff that we would consider not really food. I mean, it's called food, they're called snacks and cookies and gummy this and that and just everything in a box, like make-believe in a box. And I find when I look at our society today, that's the big problem is that we spend very little time in that beginning part, but we want to have the reward at the end, right? You've been hearing this talk since the beginning about this whole idea of changing your habits. So how do we avoid those middle areas? And that doesn't mean if you need some aspirin or you need a pen or something, you shouldn't go down those aisles or something maybe for a pet. But I'm talking about if it's pasta sauce, maybe you can make your own. If it's salad dressing, you can make your own. There's a lot of things that are in the middle there that there is a want, but is it really something you need? And as you start looking at getting healthier and getting rid of those, what I would consider false foods, things that look like food that really aren't food, starting getting them out of your system, you're gonna start feeling better. I know that almost every week I go to our local farmers market, and again, I live in a place that's relatively all year round. We can have farmers markets outside. But I know in a lot of places in a colder environment where they have farmers markets inside malls. And so the idea of getting produce fresh or getting it from the source locally, to me is a real key to the framework for you to start having longevity and having a better health. And whether that's picking up kale for a smoothie like I've talked about in a previous video, or whatever it is, finding fresh produce and staying out of that middle aisle of the supermarket, I think is really going to help you transform your body, transform your physiology, transform how you feel about yourself and beyond, because you're not going to be putting stuff into your body that your body doesn't really agree with. And you're not going to be adding those extra pounds because you're not going to be introducing things to your body that aren't good for your body, plain and simple. Anyway, that's the tip for today. So next time you go to the supermarket, stay around the perimeter and try and stay out of the middle of the store. Talk to you soon. Please share this with somebody you love. Take care. Bye-bye.